How many times have you seen great ideas just wither and fade over time? There was an initial excitement and call to join in on a great idea, which is met with a lackluster response as the idea fails to gain traction. The team sees the potential in this amazing idea, and yet once again, it fails to go anywhere, despite all the great work done by the team's galvanizer, who did their best to rally the troops around the new idea. Welcome to the implementation stage of an idea, the third and final stage where ideas and innovation will either sink or swim. Hello, my friends. Jeffrey Schell here from Grow to Your Potential. As we continue our journey through Patrick Lencioni's newest model, the 6 types of working genius, we now shift from the activation stage into the implementation stage. With the new idea having survived the rigor of the ideation process and gained the go-ahead and rally cry of the activation stage, it's time for implementation. After all, what good is an idea if nothing is done with it? But despite how good an idea is, if people do not come alongside to support and assist in the implementation of the idea or solution, it won't go anywhere. In thinking of this step, I'm reminded of a video I saw of a guy dancing on a hillside. There were several other groups of people around for what looked like an event that they were all waiting to start. And here was this guy just dancing away, having a great time doing his own thing. Others looked on, and if you could read their minds, they likely were not thinking the kindest of thoughts about this dancing man. After all, he did look a little silly dancing all on his own. But an interesting thing happened. Eventually, somebody else got up and joined him. Now, there were 2 dancing people. Shortly after, a third joined in, and the cascade effect began. A very short time later, the majority of people were all dancing away, having a great time. And now it's the onlookers that looked out of place. So what happened here? Well, let's relate it to the model and figure this out. The dancing guy can be viewed as the galvanizer. There is an idea, he liked it and decided to act by starting to dance. This was his call to others with a potential solution to the boredom of sitting in wait. For this solution to take hold of the crowd, what was needed here were those with the genius of enablement. These are the people who were watching and said, "I've seen enough, I'm in." Or, "This is exciting, sign me up. I want to help make this successful." As these people joined in, the onlookers might marvel at them, thinking how great of a team player they may be. Others may express their gratitude for those first few to join in as they realize this dance party would not have happened without them. For some of the slow adopters, they may have just needed a bit more time to process where this was going so they could understand what they were getting into before joining in wholeheartedly. The genius of enablement is what gives a team the needed support and participation that moves ideas and projects into the implementation stage. Without this genius, programs and projects wilt and wither as they lack the enthusiasm and camaraderie needed to move them forward. This is why this genius is called the genius of enablement. Although enabling others often carries a negative connotation, in this context, not only is enablement good, their encouragement and assistance are essential. Well, there you have the genius of enablement in a nutshell. From this, you might be thinking the model is complete. We have the genius of wonder and invention that come up with new and novel ideas or solutions to problems. We have the genius of discernment that helps to refine and pick the best idea to act on, followed by the genius of galvanizing to call the troops to action, and the genius of enablement to move the project forward. But wait, that's not all. There is one more genius to explore. And if you don't believe me, just think of how often a team can get distracted, leaving one project unfinished as they're drawn to that new shiny object. Join me again next week as we explore the sixth and final genius in Patrick Lencioni's model, The 6 Types of Working Genius. See you then.